You see, I think we are being extremely unfair to the executive. And I had to do an introspection to observe something. The executive or the president is the only one who puts himself, his reputation, his resources, and goes to the length and breadth of the country for every eligible voter to place judgment on him and vote for him. The speaker and the CJ do not go through any of that. They don't spend any money. They are voted for, especially for the speaker, by the representatives of the people. And that is not the same as the people because, in certain instances, the people that vote for the president do not vote for certain representatives of parliament. So I don't think their power is the same. The Constitution assumes or gives them independence, equality in their independence. But their equality in how they are appointed are very different. And if you look at Article 69, I believe, the removal of the president, who forms the tribunal? It is the Chief Justice who forms the tribunal. The Chief Justice has a security of tenure. So, for example, if a petition was sent for the removal of the president and one-third of parliament accepted it, and the president was evaluated, it is the Chief Justice who was appointed, if let's say even the acting Chief Justice was appointed by President Kufuor, an opposition party member or an opposition party, right, appointed him, or he was appointed under the tenure of an opposition. But that CJ has a security of tenure for the rest of their lives. They can stay there, but they don't go through what the president goes through to be elected. And the president's removal is in their hands through the process, then goes back to parliament. So if the removal of the CJ also goes through the hands of the president and the council of states, that means that each head of our three branches of government removal requires the participation of one of the other two. So I don't see anything wrong, unless if we want total equality, let the CJ go to the ballot and be voted for like the president, and their term should be 4 years like the president. Speaker of Parliament is the same. But if that's not the case, then let's not seem to minimize the powers that the Constitution has granted to the executive, who is the one who suffers most, who goes through the most scrutiny in the appointment. Now, when it comes to this removal of CJ, anybody that has spoken against it has not been able to give us any constitutional provision that has been violated or even laws, but it's becoming a spiritual conversation and an emotional appeal. Now, whatever suggestions are being made are going to be considered in the constitutional review. So those people are not having a realistic conversation about what's going on now, because what's going on now is the law, and the law is being drawn from the Constitution, and nobody has violated that yet. So, in our attempt to make an appeal for the CJ, which seems very odd to me, because if the president or member of parliament or heads of public institutions can be punished according to law, like Charlotte Osei, like the former sheriff boss, why does it seem like if somebody has found something wrong or a violation by the CJ and has gone through the constitutional process, we seem to be up in arms about a constitutional process going on? That is where I'm a little taken aback. And so those are the few comments I wanted to add to it. Let's make it very clear that a constitutional process is ongoing. And as long as the constitution has not been changed yet, let's not create the impression that something is being done wrong. Thank you.